Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Outcomes Rocket podcast. I'm so excited to be featuring another episode of our ASC Insights, helping all of you ASC leaders do what you do better with the help of all the resources that are available out there. My name's Saul Marquez, and today I have the privilege of hosting three outstanding guests. First, I want to introduce Tracy McQuay. She is the Senior National Program Manager for ASCs at Medtronic. We also have Emily Barnhart. She is the Vice President of Strategic Sourcing at Cardinal Health. And of course, Kevin Humphrey joining us, the National Vice President of Non-Acute at Cardinal Health. I want to welcome all of you to the podcast. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. And so to kick things off, tell us a little bit about your roles and what you do to focus on the ASC space.
Yeah, I'll start, Saul. Hi, everybody. Thanks again for joining today. My name's Tracy McQuay. As Saul said, I'm the Senior National Program Manager for the ASC market space within our Acute Care and Monitoring Division of Medtronic, supporting the U.S. And I have been with Medtronic for 17 years. And I'd say one thing I'm really focusing on for this space, expanding partnerships, streamlining that patient journey, bringing value, making it easier for you guys to do what you do every single day. And I'm very proud to say that here at Medtronic that we touch every patient that enters your facility, whether you're single or multi-specialty or the full range of the growth segments. We have that pleasure of partnering on every patient every day. So collaborations with other companies.
Thanks for being with us, Tracy.
Thank you.
And I'm Kevin Humphrey. I'm our National Vice President for the non-acute market. At Cardinal, we have a team that's fully dedicated to supporting ASCs. So this includes our local reps who work closely with surgery centers. We have clinical consultants who help identify process improvements and waste reduction, as well as supply chain optimization team that helps improve supply room layouts and space utilization. And really everything that we do is focused on helping ASCs operate more efficiently so that they can stay focused on patient care.
Awesome, Kevin. Glad you're here with us.
I'm glad to be here.
Emily.
And I'll round us out. Hi, Saul, Kevin, Tracy, wonderful to see you. And thank you to all our listeners tuning in today. I appreciate the opportunity to represent Cardinal Health and to be able to share insights as to how Cardinal Health and Medtronic work together. My name's Emily Barnhart. I'm Vice President of our Strategic Sourcing Department. I've been with Cardinal for 15 years, and I have the privilege of managing a talented team of 34 individuals responsible for managing and advancing our relationships with approximately 1,200 national brand or third-party suppliers, both from the distribution perspective and commercially.
It's awesome, Emily. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We have so much experience here on the podcast. And what I love about these discussions is that we do get to hear from the forefront, the leaders in the space. So thank you all for being with us. Let's dig into a little bit about what you guys do. What brought Cardinal Health and Medtronic together? And what does the collaboration actually look like for an ASC?
I'll go ahead and kick things off. Cardinal Health and Medtronic have enjoyed an evolving distribution and commercial or Performance Plus relationship for over a decade now. For those of you listening that aren't familiar with our Performance Plus program, it is our Cardinal Health sales and marketing offering for select national brand suppliers. We have 36 suppliers in our program that are sole sourced across 90 product categories. And for us at Cardinal Health, our Performance Plus program is part of our distribution value proposition, offering clinically relevant, supply chain efficient, and cost-effective products that are complementary to Cardinal Health. Medtronic is an ideal Performance Plus collaboration based off of the fact that they meet all of that criteria and they continuously invest in their product portfolio as well as invest in the way that they go to market, just like Cardinal Health has invested in the Performance Plus team, in the Performance Plus program, and in our sales organization. Medtronic today has a position in Performance Plus that spans over 10 product categories, and that's representative of 40% of their product portfolio. For an ASC, this looks like Cardinal Health and Medtronic having the appropriate connectivity, transparency, and engagement so that they can put their patients first.
Sounds quite thorough, Emily, and really appreciate you sharing more about that collaboration. Kevin, any thoughts from you on that?
Yeah, from my perspective, Cardinal and Medtronic came together really around a shared goal, and it's helping ASCs operate more efficiently. Cardinal brings a consultative approach, so whether an ASC is opening a brand new facility or they're optimizing an existing one, through the Performance Plus relationship with Medtronic, that guidance is supported by a broad product portfolio that really helps ASCs meet savings targets and simplify supply chain. So for the ASC, it shows up as fewer vendors, smarter standardization, and solutions that are designed for surgery centers and how they actually operate.
Well, that sounds music to a lot of our listeners' ears and the end goal that a lot of facility leaders strive for. Thanks, Kevin. Tracy.
Yeah, I think the only thing I'll add to what they said is when we come to you as a partner in day one, this is not a transaction, right? This is going to be a collaborative kickoff. Together, we're going to do that overall assessment of your site and your unique goals. And we're going to co-create a tailored solution to meet those goals for you guys, right? And we're going to be there through every step of the implementation, planning, execution. So I think if I can sum it up in 4 words with us together, you're going to get support, education, the collaboration, all the way through implementation.
That's fantastic, Tracy. Yeah, as a leader, you've got so many vendors, so many contracts. To be able to have collaborations like these that really help streamline are so valuable. And that leads us to the topic of operational efficiency. What operational efficiencies do ASCs gain in particular when Cardinal and Medtronic work together?
As a global leader in manufacturing, the Medtronic Acute Care and Monitoring Division has the ability and flexibility when it comes to pricing and a balanced portfolio offering. I think in combination with our relationship with Cardinal, we really can bring this full circle service model, combining Medtronic's world-class technology and Cardinal's operational excellence, which then supports you in your ASC every step of the way. Some of the goals I think I would say are supply chain reliability, pricing transparency, seamless, reliable customer support, and product availability, I think are some of the key things I'd like to highlight.
Some big ones there.
Yeah, and I think as we contemplate operational efficiencies for our ASCs, it's important that Cardinal Health really strives to be able to address a majority of an ASC's formulary. And while we can address and source 100%, through our Performance Plus relationships and our Cardinal brand products, we can address 70%. And as I mentioned, Medtronic is a huge part of that. The Medtronic collaboration is truly unique and a differentiator for a couple of reasons. Number one is because we meet weekly as supply chain teams and leaders. We provide one another monthly scorecards to be able to review key performance indicators as it relates to technology, logistics, and service levels so that we can operate as efficiently as possible to be able to serve our mutual customers. As well as specific to this relationship, we've both made investments to bring in higher levels of days of inventory on hand, even more than what's necessary to really be able to service our customers at a really high level. And that's a differentiator for our partnership and the way that we show up. And lastly, we have a dedicated team of Performance Plus consultants, and they are meeting with our sales organization and the Medtronic sales organization weekly so that we can discuss opportunities to bring forward either conversions of net new products to be able to drive a robust portfolio with an ASC and or to drive standardization opportunities at the facility for cost savings. So we've worked together really uniquely just in the level of connectivity and transparency and, again, engagement that we have with one another.
Thanks, Emily. Thanks, Tracy. Yeah, it sounds like the program is an important one. There's huge commitment here. The value is super clear. I'm curious and would love to just maybe dig in a little bit deeper. How does this collaboration reduce complexity for ASC teams day to day? Seems like things keep getting more and more complex.
Yeah, the collaboration reduces day-to-day complexity in a few key ways. First, it simplifies new ASC builds. Opening a new facility can be extremely overwhelming. And by working together, we make sure we have the right equipment and products selected. They're delivered and installed in the right timeline with Medtronic's technical experts guiding the process. Second, it really creates an ongoing simplification through continuous evaluation of purchasing to drive savings and standardization. And from a distribution standpoint, Cardinal acts as a one-stop shop, really allowing ASCs to not only consolidate vendors, but reduce touch points and lower costs across multiple surgical and monitoring categories through the Medtronic Performance Plus relationship.
Yeah, and I'm going to echo what Kevin said and add a few other components to that too. So I think having that customer support through logistics, service, and clinical is a unique thing that we can provide to those ASCs. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that you heard from Emily earlier with strategic collaboration and how we can bring opportunities to our customers that support what their goals are in a unique environment. The one thing Medtronic can also do from the capital perspective is come in capital light, meaning we have the ability to simplify the technology integration into the current fleet that you have. So less disruption for that end user at the ASC as well.
Thanks, Tracy. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, as a busy executive building out that ASC landscape, you want things to go smooth. And I can imagine that the opportunities you guys have when you meet with customers in the field, you give them that experience. And maybe this is a first time peek at behind the curtain of all the work that actually goes into making those seamless experiences what they are. So really appreciate you guys sharing some of these concrete examples. Let's get more examples going because I feel like this is where rubber meets the road. So what's a real example where this collaboration has solved a problem for one of your customers?
Yeah, we have a great recent example that came from our Mid-Atlantic team around sutures. So we had a customer frustrated by sudden price changes from a competitor and really needed immediate cost relief, but without disrupting the clinical preference of the suture line. So the Cardinal team quickly ran usage analysis, sent it over to Medtronic to cross-reference it. They brought forward equivalent product samples for an evaluation. And because sutures are preference-driven, that clinical validation is critical. So the team moved quick. They presented out a full portfolio option with clear savings and supported the customer all the way through that transition. Really, at the end of the day, resulting in a smooth conversion, real cost savings to the ASC, and a solution that ultimately the clinicians were comfortable with.
That's awesome, Kevin. Like to have that kind of resourceful partner where you're not stuck with that price, you've got options and a smooth process. That's a big win. Appreciate you sharing that.
I'll bring one up, Saul, too, from our acute care and monitoring division, the one that I'm supporting out here. And this was a pretty recent opportunity, too. So I collaborated with Cardinal in a proactive instance, right? I wanted to get out in front of what we thought was a significant opportunity. And we created an agreement that provided not only cost savings, but also clinical value, enhanced clinical value with our Microstream capnography lure lock sample line. And what we did is focus this in the ASC market so we could help with some of those current initiatives like cost savings, redundant vendors, and so forth. So this is just one simple call out, but several more to come.
Oh, that's awesome. Whether it's reactive or proactive, to know that you have a collaboration like this one that we're hearing about with Medtronic and Cardinal is a fantastic opportunity for all you leaders out there in the ASC space. You don't have to go it alone. So how do you handle the inevitable hiccups that happen during implementation? Who does the ASC call, and how do you work together to help ASCs feel supported overall?
Well, I'll start just at a high level. While I think both organizations want to minimize or reduce any challenges in the supply chain and any challenges that our customers then would face, I think inevitably we know that this may happen from time to time. And I suspect that some of the ASC supply chain leaders on this call would expect to experience this throughout time from time to time. I think what is really important is going back to some of the ways that we work together and the cadences that we have. We have the ability to communicate effectively, to prioritize resolution of any challenges. And really what's important, I think, to our mutual customers is the way we show up together. And I think that might be a simple answer, but at the highest level, I think that's how we handle things.
Yeah. And Emily, I'll add to that. I think through the education from the Performance Plus team and the strong local relationship that we built with Medtronic, we know the right resources are always aligned, and it really takes a true team approach. So our ASCs, they feel supported on both the technical and the supply chain side. The feedback that we hear consistently is confidence. It's confidence in the preparation. It's confidence in knowing who to call. And it's confidence that Cardinal and Medtronic are working together at the end of the day in the customer's best interest.
Yeah, I'll just throw a little bow on top of that. I think our open communication and transparency allows for all of this, right? Efficient problem solving. But when it comes to the end user in their connection with the Cardinal rep, all they have to know is Medtronic's a phone call away, right? We collaborate so well on the back end that the customer doesn't feel they need to make or call several individuals to get a problem solved. When you're working with Medtronic and Cardinal, it's a simple phone call.
Simplicity is king, and certainly something that I think everybody appreciates in the space. Thank you for sharing that. Those hiccups do come up, and having reliable collaborators is key. Today, it's just with everything changing, there's so much pressure that ASC leaders are feeling. And this landscape continues to change. Are there any final parting words or any asks or advice that you'd give our ASC leaders today?
Yeah, I can start it. Our ASC leaders are operating in an environment that's changing faster than ever. Over the next few years, as CMS continues to phase out the inpatient only list, we'll see more higher acuity procedures moving to the outpatient setting. And at the same time, ASCs are navigating regulatory changes, ownership transition, staffing challenges, and increasing supply chain complexity. So my advice is really to be intentional about who you choose to work with, and especially your distributor. Really choosing one that truly understands the unique needs of surgery centers and offers a reliable, resilient supply chain that can help control the costs, reduce complexity, and ultimately give ASC leaders more time to focus on patient care.
Yeah, well said, Kevin. I think we're all go is with all the challenges Kevin brought up in this ASC environment. A touch point I want to leave you with, in the acute care and monitoring division, we impact over 100 million patients a year, right? And so a lot of these products that are utilized every day in your centers, like Nellcor pulse oximetry and Microstream capnography, intubation, endotracheal tubes with Shiley, the list goes on, they live behind the scenes, right? But here's the thing with these product categories, they are essential to patient care in your center. Where we can't fill the gaps, our other Medtronic OUs can help fill those other gaps within your ASC. And like Kevin said, you need to trust who manufactures and distributes your products to give you peace of mind in operating your center. So again, it may not be flashy every day, but that it's very important. And as an owner or a leader in an ASC, this should provide you comfort knowing your patients are getting the best every day. At Medtronic, again, we have the pleasure of touching every patient that enters your facility in one or more areas. So my ask to you is, if you're looking to expand your service offering, streamline some operations that you have, adopt new technologies, we look forward to partnering with you and moving forward.
Yeah, Kevin and Tracy, I think you said it so well, it's almost hard to follow. But simplistically, leverage your Cardinal Health and Medtronic sales teams to be able to provide effective product solutions and to be able to look at opportunities to continuously do things better. Ensure you know your reps. Lean on us as subject matter experts and lean on the resources that we have. We know that patient care is the most critical to you. Anything that we can take off your plate to be able to provide solutions and products and best in class customer service, we want to be able to take on that for you.
Brilliant. I really appreciate those closing thoughts, everyone. Just with all the value you guys added today, I'm sure that ASC leaders can be thinking about how they approach those issues they might run into, new ASC inaugural openings, so that they know they have collaborators like you to work with. I want to just thank all of you for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, Tracy McQuay, Senior National Program Manager, ASCs at Medtronic, Emily Barnhart, Vice President of Strategic Sourcing at Cardinal Health, and Kevin Humphrey, the National Vice President of Non-Acute at Cardinal, all with us as part of this ASC Insight series. We hope you found this valuable. We hope you share it with a colleague, and we hope to see you on the next episode. Thank you all for joining us.